So this is Julie Burns with HR Education Edge. Now hold on just one second. I want to get this out of the screen for us. Okay, move it out. And we're going to go right back to it so we can see everything. Today we're going to be going over manager worksheets. Now it's not a long, drawn out 15-page document. It's literally this front page and then 2 pages that contain 21 strategies. 21 strategies hopefully you've never heard of that'll get you thinking and developing your employees and engaging them in ways that you haven't. I had to dig deep inside my arsenal of just ideas just to, come about 21 strategies. In my previous, positions, I thought, hey, what works? What have other leaders done that works? I watch people and I see those. I can key into people who are leaders of teams and see what they're doing that inspires their employees. And I also take that into consideration when I wrote this too. So let's get rid of the daily news. Okay, so here we go. Employee development strategies for managers. I'm just going to read the top. There are many ways to develop your employees. Take the time to review each strategy. State your plan of action right here. And implementation, however are you going to do this, along with the anticipated start date. Let's get specific. You more than likely make your subordinates get specific on some of their plans. So I need you on this particular document to be specific, because number one, leadership as a manager begins with you and your role. So you are very important to the organization, and those that you manage every day, you are the ones that they look up to, that they watch, you help grow, you use different strategies with them to promote them forward, to keep them in the know. But sometimes you just don't always have, the newest, greatest idea to inspire a new hire or whatnot. Being a manager it's exhausting, but if you have some strategies in your back pocket, you will more or less, you'll find yourself in a better situation. Okay. So number one, you probably, you may have worked with a lot of your employees already. The first one is find out who they are. You need to know who this person is. Who is this, employee? Just don't, assume that you know them because you've worked with them for a while. Just meet with each employee at least once a month to discuss longer term goals and new ideas they want to implement. So when you are asking them for longer term goals and new ideas they want to implement, that's huge. You as a manager are asking your employees, hey, I want your idea. What are your ideas as far as implementation of something new and great? And that provides a lot of value to the employee. Always have a quick, I know within a manager's schedule, time is so stretched, but you've got to make time to have a touch base meeting to learn about progress on their current projects, updates, and any struggles they are facing. On my Etsy page, there's a one-to-one manager meeting document, which it's spot on. It will take you right through it. It'll say, hey, this is my projects. These are the updates. These are the struggles. And I will also link that document down there too. But it is great, and it will drive your touch base meeting. Help them find a mentor, especially if they are new to the team. If they are new to the team, during the onboarding process, you may or may not have give given in the beginning, given this new employee a mentor or possibly just a teammate to help them along. If you feel like that is something that they may need, because they don't know maybe the industry or a lot of the different ins and outs of the department, that would be great, and they can meet every so often. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, and it really makes me. I often wonder why companies don't do this. You go, for that. Let's just say you're working in landscaping, right? You're working in landscaping for a huge company, and you don't see the connect between your job and the success of the company. You want to know how you fit into the bigger picture. How does my job as a landscaper fit into the big picture? What's my importance? Employees need to know their importance, and they need to know how they are impacting the company each day through metrics or compliments received about their department. It's very important to keep these. It doesn't matter if your employees are mid-level or if they're, on the low level. It's so important to keep them in the loop. Keep them in the loop on what's going on in the company. Hey, we sold this. Hey, we were company of the year. Just keep them in the know. Give them the knowledge to know that they are an integral part of the company. Okay, help them explore professional and personal opportunities. This by far has probably been one of the most successful things I've ever done with my employees. So I would highly, highly, highly encourage this to have all employees, and I know some of you are you men managers, to pick a leadership book and hold a weekly discussion. So perhaps perhaps it doesn't have to be like during an actual 30-minute session. It can be maybe 10 minutes at the end of your meeting. At the end of you're always going to have that manager, employee, department weekly meeting. Or perhaps if you have the bandwidth, having, time set apart to read a leadership book and hold a monthly discussion is great. I don't think you should give them a book and have them read the whole entire book and then talk about it. You need to have them read sections of the book, talk about it, read sections of the book, talk about it, read sections of the book, and talk about it. And I tell you, it's so rewarding, and you don't really know some of the ideas that some of the employees come up with, but it's great to get a leadership book on some level. There are a lot of them out there. Just pick one, maybe one that's not that thick, but get your employees all the same book and have them start reading. Okay, demonstrate how to seek feedback. Well, demonstrating feedback, a lot of employees, they don't really know how to seek feedback, and they don't want to go to their manager to say, hey, how am I doing? That one-on-one, which I discussed earlier, that touch-based meeting, it will actually help with feedback, because that'll be the time the manager will be able to actually give the feedback. But if you're an employee and you just did a great job on something 2 seconds ago, hey, just go up to your manager. Hey, when you get a chance, let me know how you think I did on that project, or let me know if if you don't find out then, you'll definitely find out in the one-on-one meeting, which I hope managers will always do. Introduce them to someone who can connect them with other experiences. Now, this is something that may be a little bit longer down the line. So introduce them to someone who can connect them to other experiences. The thing about it is, I'm sure there's a lot of different departments within your company. So allowing them to learn maybe a day in the life of the administrative assistants. Have that employee learn what the administrative assistants are doing during the day, and they can see how their work correlates to the administrative assistants. So introduce them. You want new experiences, but of course you could always take a different way where put the employee in another department. Let's say, like I mentioned, they're in landscaping. Put them in accounting. See how they do. Experiences, just to get to know the company. Let's see. Show them how to learn. Ensure they have opportunities to experiment, fall, and learn. Yes. And number one, the leader needs to stand up first and say, guess what? I've struggled with a lot of my opportunities. I've experimented and I actually fell. But you know what? It was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because ultimately I learned. So as a manager, create opportunities, ones that that more than likely the employee is not going to be able to achieve at this point within their career, maybe in a year or whatnot. But don't tell them, or ever however you see fit, and actually implement that. Okay. Also, the next one is create an ownership mentality by trusting and giving them authority. I tell you what, when you give an employee authority over a manager's position, even if it's just for maybe 15 minutes, it makes them feel so important. I can tell you that because some of my employees have told me that. So just, say, hey, and it shows that manager, that you, the manager, have trust in that particular employee. So give them authority, hey, give them authority to, to meet with give them authority to go meet with the accounting firm. Meet with the accounting department and discuss some of the KPIs. Give them the opportunity to meet with the operations staff, just to listen what's going on and presenting perhaps the department, your particular department's statistics for the week. Okay. Provide a way for all employees to share what they are learning. I think, number one, provide a way, like I said, that one-on-one manager is key, and that'll provide a way for all employees to share what they are learning. However, I would encourage, at some point, when there's downtime, if there's ever downtime, have the employees, maybe y'all can just meet up for lunch, provide a way for all employees to share what they are learning. And so maybe, just for lunch, have all the employees go outside. Hey guys, I really would love to know, what are you learning on the job? What do you want to learn on the job? And that'll be positive. Also, you want to give them new experiences. Now, this kind of ties into the whole authority aspect. Turn over a small part of your job to them. I would encourage having them to be a representative to a meeting. I would have them, be a representative to a, maybe meeting with a particular client or perhaps even sit in on an interview and watch how you actually interview the other employee. Just show that, turn over a small part, or actually give them the opportunity of a small part of your job to them, so they can see what you're doing and how you're going about it. Ask them to run a meeting in your absence. This really is so helpful for, if you have an employee who is looking to move up in management, and sometimes you can spot those high achievers, giving them the opportunity to run a meeting in your absence is key. It shows their organizational skills. It shows how they're going to set it up, how they're going to structure it. If they do a great job and they execute, with everything that needs to be on it and it's structured, then they're well on their way. Okay. Find a project for them to lead. And that could actually tie into ensure they have opportunities to experience, learn, and fall. Find a project for them to lead. Maybe it's one where they fail, but if this project involves people, it'll improve their people skills, their project management skills, their organizational skills, and the ability to keep up with a whole lot of different moving balls. A project, if you've ever done a project, I've been in project management. There are so many different aspects. You've got the logistics, you've got the people, you've got the timing, you've got the due dates, the action dates. This will be a great opportunity. Offer development options outside the job. I'd encourage that. Maybe perhaps there is another organization that you're close to that the employees are perhaps, take them to development opportunities beyond the job. I would say, get them involved in, leadership and management classes, even if they are online, like leadership and management classes. It gives them an opportunity to take notes, to learn, to watch, and, just prepare themselves to see if they actually want to be a manager. Sometimes individuals, they like being individuals. They do not want to be managers, but this will give them a better idea. Take them as a guest to one of your meetings with the next level up. And I think that's important. I discussed that when we talked about interviewing. Take them as a guest to one of your meetings with the next level up. So you're with your manager is taking you to probably the executive meeting. The manager will take their employee to the executive meeting. It'll give them a great idea of what's going on in the company. And like I said in the beginning, you want to connect what they're doing to how it impacts the overall company. How does my job impact the overall company? And taking them as a guest to one of the meetings, it'll allow them to see that. Use your meetings to share new skills or knowledge. Delegate something you like to do, not only what you don't like to do. Delegate something you like to do, not only. So delegate something, the manager, take your time and delegate something you like to do. Pass it off to the employee. Maybe not, we're getting towards the end of this list. Maybe down the line, if there's something going on, give that employee that opportunity to take over some of your responsibilities. Identify an employee for a stretch assignment. That's always key. You want to always challenge the employee. When employees are challenged, they are so much more motivated and they're using their brain. And if they get bored sometimes, same old sometimes, give them a stretch assignment. Have them work towards it. Have them struggle to work toward it. That is so good. That helps with their problem solving skills. Introduce them to classes, conferences, and online learning. Pretty straightforward. And arrange for an employee to shadow someone in another department for a day. And I know I alluded to that a little bit earlier. So that is another great idea. I know there's a lot. I know I mentioned a lot. You, as a manager, will need to go through this. Pick out some of the strategies you want to key in on and then just execute upon it. And just watch your employees grow. Their loyalty to you and the company will also grow, which ultimately turnover does not happen. You want your employees to be loyal to you so they never leave you. At some point they will, down years in the line. But it helps with turnover, and you want to continually grow your employees and give them the tools that they want to be. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I will put the link to manager worksheets along with that one-on-one manager worksheet, which I think you guys would love, and along with my other contact information. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the evening.